VGBC with a monolith, and it still is in a lot of ways.
So there's actually a really good YouTube channel. You should subscribe to it, Brawl Alternative. They're doing like going back to like the history of Brawl and stuff like that. I keep seeing VGBC and specifically Bloody Knight clips. Anytime they talk about Ganondorf, it's just Bloody Knight.
Bloody Knight is the face of a generation of Smash Brothers. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Exactly. There's tons of people that only knew like, oh, I know the Ganon main Bloody Knight, and just like he's been at the first. Oh no.
Oh no. Not even not Bloody Knight, but like he's never been a quote unquote notable player in terms of placings, but he's always been a notable player in terms of attendance and character choice.
At the first Xanadu, at the last Xanadu, and we'll see him tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. Until then, going from the love in our hearts for MD, we go over to the stinky Virginia players. Ew! Am I right, guys? Am I right? They are still our region, and right now Smub is putting on a clinic.
I am shocked about how easy Smub is making these edge guards look. It's just the perfect angle on those neutral Bs, and just Deli doesn't have an answer because I harped on this in the Braden set. He was not pulling out bomb preemptively. You got to expect to be in disadvantage against Smub in particular.
And the secret sauce I've always heard is that Smub isn't good on FD, but I think that's been like 2 or 3 years. So I think the game has changed a little bit because right now Smub is running the show on this stage. And deliboid taking a stock, still has one solid one to go.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start for Deli's Weeducks, but we have plenty more game to play.
Ridley Nair is such a good outer shield option, covers so much space, and just easy to swat every opponent out of the air. Getting a grab follow-up now, tossing him off stage, trying to get a call out. You can tap this in if you're, if you're Smub, if you're Ridley, you can tap this in. Look at that, boosh off the side, not quite enough. One more hit is all you need though. Getting the forward tilt though, everything but the up smash though. The up smash.
If your aerials aren't working, try a grounded option.
Oh, Ridley. Oh, Ridley. deliboid taking off the jacket, trying to play hot, trying to stay warm.
Deli has been like waiting for a little bit, so it's been a minute since his last set.
Yes.
Because Winners Finals was like, it feels like an hour ago.
Winner's side has been chilling. Braden has been cruising, sitting there, and I'm not sure if Smub keeps this momentum moving. I'm not sure if they're going to be ready.
I have never been in Braden's position at this big of a tournament, so I genuinely don't know like how you keep that mentality going.
I assume you have to be. I don't see them around here, but I think they're probably just grinding a little bit somewhere.
It's like, how do you keep the killer instinct? Like, you can't keep the killer instinct going when you're like in the corner playing Sudoku.
Yeah, like even in friendlies, the vibe isn't the same.
No,
you have to you're keeping your hands warm, but you're not keeping the heart warm in a way. You know?
And if you are like trying to keep the head warm, or trying to like keep that like killer instinct going, like you're just gonna exhaust yourself too. So like this long of a gap, like this is going to be at least an hour between the two sets.
Indeed. Smub just continuing on this advantage state as per usual. Finally though, just find himself off stage and in the passenger seat for once, as deliboid has some stage to control.
This is the X factor. This is what, if Smub wants to go off stage and try to grab you with an aerial to get the kill, he's giving up full stage control. Deli needs to make those opportunities count. And his ledge trapping in the first set was great.
deliboid needs to answer back accordingly right now. With the double hit, we take those. Very close percentage between these two.
Hitbox City, we're tossing out something. Please fall into my aerial, Smub. And Smub obliges.
Why, yes, sir, I would.
Just great coverage from Deli, tossing out so many options that prevent Smub from getting out from those plats.
Even the weak hits of forward tilt just do so much to keep your opponent in the pressure game. Space Power Rush call out, not going to be enough, though.
Into the pointless waveland.
Yeah, into the I'm a cool guy, look at me, I'm cool.
It's the old like Smash 4 version of perfect pivots.
I'm a cool guy, come on!
Yeah, look at my tech skill. Though actually, I will say the Smub does use that tech in games, and it's legit helpful.
He's spaced forward smashes off of it before. Yes. I have seen it, and I will give him credit where credit's due. Right now, it's just deliboid trying to find purchase on the hit. Gets too close for comfort.
Good DI out, though, so he doesn't get hit with follow-up dash attack.
Yes. A
lot of players get hit by that, like day one Ridley mix up against Smub.
Please keep your fingers away from the Ridley. He bites.
Yeah.
Do not get too close.
Please give him space.
Yes.
I gotta get, like, an artist to get one of the commissions with, like, Ridley with the dog harness. Just as please give me my space.
Dog.
Just, like, anxious.
Space pirate off leash. Please be careful. And deliboid must have heard you before, taking the advice of keeping bombs on deck, whether to use them offensively or defensively to recover. And a Space Pirate Rush, coast to coast.
Again.
Smub Smith snatches your soul, snatches your socket, and snatches your girl in a 3-for-1 combo, man. I'm telling you. Those who know, know.
Those who know.
The lore runs deep for this man, folks.
True. One of MDVA's favored sons for sure. Right up there with enhanced PV.
Sure. And I still remember smub forward tilt daughter. That thought hasn't left my mind. I beware.
Oh, the tech chase with a down smash? Not typically a move we see out of take that frequently.
And I like that. Right now you're caught off stage without a jump. Got to be careful. Just constantly on the defensive here, man. Okay, caught up with the bomb. I was going to say, like, maybe the bomb could explode if you're part right through, but not enough to make it.
Just frames short.
Deliboid says, run it back.
So 2-0 for Smub, and I gave the warning that typically when Smub goes game 5, he wins the next one in a 3-0. So I'm hoping that I did not see the future here.
All right, that's the Raven. Calm down the crystal ball, girl.
At this point, like, it's... I've seen a couple of these sets before where Smub just like, yo, what if I tried, though? What if I was the best player in the region?
Sometimes you got to make a statement, and this is Smub's night. High key, whoever beats me in bracket has sick bracket runs, so thank you, folks. I did my part. I'm doing my part.
You'd be the third one, though. You'd be the little child.
Yeah, yes, I'm the baby. I'm the little kid that you know will die instantly to the bugs. That's me, folks. I'm not long for this world, but we'll see if Smub continues on into grands.
So far looking good, but Deli has shown an extra explosive element to his game plan tonight, so let's see what he's cooking.
Deliboid, finding some, again, it's just like, okay, can I hold center stage? Can I avoid the big old meanie hurt boxes of Smub? And the answer is yes. And then you give Smub center stage, and now it's his turn to crush you in the corner, unless you're very careful.
But he again, just patiently pulls a projectile and waits on Smub to drop shield, so I'm digging it. It's disciplined game plans here from Deli. I don't want to see him like just jumping in or running in or air dodging errantly. It feels like when Deli has time to think, he's the best player in the region.
And if Smub suffocates you with a lot of options, that's when it becomes difficult. But Deliboid now has the lead, and you need the lead against Smub because you cannot let him run away with it.
Yeah, you don't want to let him play defensively and just poke your shield for free. Exactly. Now Smub actually has to approach. Oh, something that beats Ridley's ledge hang? Alert to press.
Finally. All right. Bombs on bombs on bombs over here. Up smash, not going to connect. Oh, it's going to connect, not going to KO, but that up air will. Smub evening up the stock count here, but still Deliboid finding good footing that they absolutely need in this game 3.
This is where it might all peter away, though. Deli caught in the corner. Smub gets double aerial offstage into a neutral air. Great air dodge. Deli desperately needed that spot.
Tried to back off a little bit after that dash attack, only gets a face full of Space Pirate Rush.
But Smub put himself in the corner. Now Deli gets a chance to respond.
Oh, just getting bombarded here. What a tech. What a weird interaction, too, as Deliboid tried to cut off Smub's recovery. Couldn't quite find it.
Chased him down with a dash grab, too. This is really good for Deli. All of a sudden, it looks like Deli starting to play his game, and it is paying off.
Smub reeling back a little bit, understanding what's at stake. The Space Pirate Rush is not going to get that stock. Deliboid happy to keep things moving, the momentum on their side for right now. A lingering hitbox of up air as well.
It's so hard to land if you're a big body with that.
I like the pressure, creating that grab game. Great for Deliboid. Bomb in hand, interrupting the up special, and that's Deliboid on the map.
Now you can see how Deli got the Game 5 victory last time. His advantage state in this matchup, it exploits Ridley's biggest weaknesses. The character is big, it struggles to get away from the aerial aerial drift the Toon Link has, and these projectiles make it so difficult off stage for this character to recover. You have to like have limited angles, and that just allows Deli to intercept time and time again.
Let's see if anything changes here going into this game 4. Maybe Smub adjusts the game plan a little bit. Maybe Deliboid really understands what works and continues to keep it moving. We're going to find out.
I mean, real talk, if I'm Smub, I'm more reluctant to throw myself off stage because a lot of that damage came from getting ledge trapped.
And normally that's Smub's bread and butter, so to be beaten at your own game a little bit must sting quite a bit.
Agreed. Yeah, if I'm Smub, I'm not running off stage nairing nearly as frequently as I usually am.
This is very even between these two in terms of percentage. Avoiding the Space Pirate Rush.
He's learning.
He is, by God. And my goodness, up air follow-up. More damage on board. And deliboid choosing great spacing options overall, and then getting the confirm.
This is why this character looks so good, is that the kill confirms are working constantly because of this big-bodied Ridley. Like, down tilt up air doesn't typically connect at that percentages, but big body, hard to get away.
And the pressure of the projectiles keeping smub a little bit on the defensive as well. Look at this percentage being racked up constantly by deliboid. You're just going off the top. Smub keeps trying to contest with buttons, and deliboid saying, not today.
This is like night and day all of a sudden. I mean, Deli looking like he can do a reverse 3-0 easily at this point.
Yeah, this is not the same player we saw in game 1. Maybe the ice is finally derusted, but smub clawing and biting their way back, getting a 1 stock, but you need a little bit more than that. You need 2 to get yourself out of this set, the grands.
Great confirm, though. Tons of damage on Smub. Has to use a Space Power Rush, and then again, the aggressive recovery intercepted. Deli cutting off Smub's resources with that projectile barrage.
This is something you see happen so many times, is where someone tries to force their way back to either neutral or advantage state instead of just kind of biting the bullet of, okay, I have to be in disadvantage for a second. You can see Smub's aggressive recovery options just getting snuffed out constantly by the projectiles, leading to crazy good follow-ups and stocks being taken for deliboid. So Smub needs to adjust his play a little bit more defensively, patient in terms of getting back to stage, and then you can find that advantage that you saw earlier in the set.
Perfect analysis, Let It Rain. It's just greed. It's just that Smub needs to accept these losses sometimes and then recognize, hey, I can't do this. I can't hit buttons.
Truly, the greed of a space pirate is their downfall. A bit poetic tonight, Scabs.
Perhaps.
Let's see, though, if avarice is the motive for Smub tonight, or maybe a little bit of virtue in terms of defending the home front here will happen.
Already solid damage here. A good lead from Smub. And was that a spot dodge on the grab, too? It was great recognition.
These two are bringing out some of the best play between each other, and that's what you love to see, especially in a Game 5 set.
They're forcing each other to adapt, and that's like what you want to see. You want to see these players having to think their way to grand finals instead of just hit buttons.
Trying to avoid certain things. Smub using jumps and movement to try to avoid some of those pitfalls instead of forcing himself back in, brute forcing it. That's what you want to see. He's not getting as greedy. He's being more patient in terms of how they're spacing.
More projectiles, too. Like a lot more bombs than we saw game 1. All right, more fireballs.
Sometimes that's what you need. I was going to say, is that fireball going to be... Oh, no, it's the down air of deliboid. What an odd option Smub was not expecting.
Neither was I in that spot. I don't think that we've seen that for a minute and a half. Just no respect on that aerial after just it got put in the pocket for so long.
Nair sending deliboid off stage for now. I like that the bomb blowback from Smub charging up the neutral special. It's the jab of all things, killing at 170. Now you know that kill.
Though I will say, it isn't a problem that we see this Toon link living to 170 against Smub.
That seems very antithetical to Smub's MO, which is make the enemy die and explode as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him take more stocks at 70 than 170 in his entire career.
I like the shield discipline from Smub, but right now in disadvantage state, it's not paying off enough. Got to get back to that stage first before he can use that shield.
This projectile is just so difficult for Smub to do anything about. It feels like he's getting smothered.
Oh, smothered. That wasn't even correct on so many accounts.
I'm glad you called yourself out for it instead of having me do the work.
Oh, I mean, speaking of work putting in, look at this combo strength from deliboid. So much percentage here. About to lap him in percentage right now. Keeping the offensive game going. Smub brute forcing his way back in isn't paying off at all. Too many space power rushes at ledge. Not quite finding so many different things. Too low to even recover. deliboid with the pop-off, returning to grands.
2 Game 5 victories against the #1 seed to clutch it out and go to grands. What a statement tournament run from deliboid at the last grind.
We're seeing some good-ass sets, Scabs.
This is some good-ass melee.
Some good-ass ultimate. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, my God.
Good night. And good night to Smub. deliboid gets to return to fight Not Braden, defend the home front, defend MDVA at the final grind.
I mean, I couldn't think of a better player to do it right now. Like Smub, yeah, tried and true, MDVA's homeboy, the favored son for sure, but a little bit stubborn in those last few games, if I'm being real. Like, Smub is typically a player who will think things out, who will slow things down, and can change up the play style. We just did not see that.
being
He's
a little
stuck
bit
to
of
his guns.
a brick wall here because it's, you know, like 1 in the morning, give or take.
Yeah, that's true.
12:59. It is 1 in the morning, folks, and we are going to be here for grands.
Your accuracy is phenomenal. Let it